Okay, let's take a nice little rest on back, legs bent. So with your legs bent, you can just gently imprint and release the spine. So draw the belly down to the navel, feel gentle imprint. So just feel that lower back pressing down, and then a release on the inhale. So you just kind of get that little kind of air pocket on the inhale, and then you squeeze and press the air pocket, closing it to the floor as you breathe out. Just activating those abs. And then we're going to bring both our knees in towards our chest, grabbing them with our hands. So right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee, and squeeze the thighs in towards you. So instantly your bottom comes off the floor. So try and push your spine back down. Little rock side to side. And then drop the feet back down into the, no, don't drop the feet back down to the floor. Take your legs to tabletop, my mistake. Arms down by your side, palms down. Pull your shoulder blades underneath, activate the abs. Tap one foot to the floor. Pull the foot back in and swap to the other side. So we're doing tabletop legs with foot taps. You know the score, we don't want our feet to drop lower than the knees, so we keep them in line. And we pivot from the hips. Inhale up, exhale down. Warming up the lower tummy muscles. So really focus a little bit more on that lower tummy more than anything. And then push the rib cage into the floor so you're not rocking through the hips. 8 more. Breathe. That's circulation breathing. 4, 3, 2, one more, and 1. Take those legs and stretch them up to the sky. Straighten out through the hamstrings. Always push through the soles of the feet, even if they don't want to. Squeeze the belly, push the backs of the knees away. Feel that hamstring. Come on, guys, straighten those legs. Pull the thighs a bit closer in towards you. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Point the toes, bend the knees, pop the feet back down to the floor. Arms stayed relaxed down by your side. And we're going to inhale, roll the hip, lift the hips up into a bridge. So a nice elevated bridge. We inhale, brush the floor. Exhale, squeeze and lift back up. Inhale, brush the floor. Exhale, lift. So we're waking up now, the fronts of the thighs, the buttocks, lower back. Just make sure all 4 corners of your feet are grounded. Big lift. Inhale down. 4 more. 3, squeeze. 2 more. Last one, we hold up. Now, from there, you're going to extend your left leg and tap the foot forward on the mat and bend the knee back in, drop the foot. Right leg, extend forward, tap it down, bend it and put it back in. So all you're doing is tapping your heel to the floor without lowering your hips. If you feel you're dropping your hips and you don't have that core stability, then just reduce your tap to a little step forward and tuck back in, a little step forward and a tuck back in. Listen to your bodies. Squeeze your butts. Now lift those hips a little bit higher. 6 more. Keep it slow. 5, 4. Lift a little bit higher if you can. Last 2. Last 1. And then come back into the middle. Lift your heels up onto the toes, activating your calf muscles, and then drive the knees a little bit closer in. Inhale, brush the floor. Exhale, lift. So exactly the same, but we're on our toes. Squeezing up. 3, 4. Stay with me. 5, 6. Pull the knees a little bit closer in if you can. 7. Last 3. Big lift. 8. 9, last 1, lift it up, hold there, inhale, drop the heels, and exhale, roll it out. Hit the ground. Soles of feet together, knees apart, take a little rock side to side, enjoy that little bit of freedom through your hips. It's freezing in this room.
Yep.
I can't bring myself to take any clothes off at the moment. Really rock. So your soles of your feet together, your knees are out to the side, and you're rocking like a seesaw. There we go. So when you've enjoyed that little bit of freedom, you're going to bring your knees back together again. Feet to the floor, T-shape in the arms, palms facing up towards the ceiling.
Feels too cold.
I feel like I'm the wrong, I feel like my head needs to be up the other end. I'm going to stay here for now. Legs to tabletop. Take a breath in, exhale, extend the legs back up to the sky. Straighten them. Inhale, bend. Drop the knees halfway over to the right. Turn your head to the left, pause, extend your top leg, your left leg straightens and you push through the sole of the foot, knees stay together. Inhaling, bend the knees back into the center, extend the legs to the sky. Okay?
Yeah, I need to be able to see you.
Inhale, bend.
Too technical.
To the left, halfway, eye gaze to the right, top leg extends, right leg, keep the thighs together, push through the hip. Inhale, bend the knees, back to center, extend the legs to the sky. Flex the feet. Inhale, bend. Over to the right. If you wish, both legs extend. Always pause before you bend the knees back in. Come to center. If you want to kick your legs forward a little bit further down, then do so to activate the lower tummy. Bend in. Over to the left, eye gaze to the right, pause, extend those legs or top legs, push through the sole of the feet. Pause, inhale, bend, center, kick the legs away. Bend, and so on. You get the pattern. Work through your own breath. If at any point it feels too much, you can just pause, tap the toes down in the middle, come back in and work on just a slightly easier range. So remember, when you bend your knees and you kick your legs forward in the middle, hold for a breath before inhaling to pull the knees back in and exhale to the other side. I don't know about you, my hip flexors are hard. Right, we are going to go one more each side. Extend in the middle. Bend. Lovely. And then we end up doing our last one in the center. So extend and lengthen those legs, whether it's to the sky, whether it's 45 degrees, whether it's halfway down, and hold. 8, 7. Now push your rib cage down into the ground. 4, 3, 2. Bend the knees in and lower them to the right. Drop them all the way down. Hand on that thigh and twist into the left shoulder and open out. Breathe. So whilst you're here stretching, think about pulling your hip away from your knee, the rib cage away from the hip, the shoulders away from the rib cage and the arm away from the shoulder. So we're opening out all across that left side. Let's catch the hamstring. So elbow to the ground, grab the leg underneath and straighten out that top leg, take it into the hamstring. So just straighten the leg out as much as you can go, putting the toes towards your right shoulder. 2 more breaths here. Releasing the leg, lift the top knee first, the bottom leg will just simply follow. And then pause in the middle and drop your legs over to the other side. Once they've settled, catch the thigh with that left hand and twist the shoulder towards the floor, reaching the hand away. So again, like the other side, you're putting your hip away from your knee, your rib cage away from your hip, your shoulder away from your rib cage and your arm away from your shoulder. So getting full length, that full reach. And breathe. Take it into the hamstring stretch, extending the leg, holding onto the leg, lengthening, putting the toes in, and just continue to breathe. Continue to exhale, using that opportunity to stretch a bit further. Your shoulder blade into the floor. And then release the leg. Top leg comes up first, bottom leg will follow. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees pull out. Once again, take a little rock through the body. And what I want you to do is roll yourselves all over onto your right side, So if you need to see me, you might be able to just follow my instructions. I just had to have people follow my instructions because the camera wasn't working from the other side and they did everything perfectly. So I like to think that my instructions are very beautifully clear.
Yeah, they weren't me.
Okay, your knees are bent, but your feet are pulled back. My knees aren't bent too far forward. They're kind of halfway bent. But my feet line up with my hip and my shoulder, and my hand rests lightly in front of the abs. Top leg just lifts on its own, up and down. So we're activating the outside of the buttock and the thigh, adductors. But it's going to get a little bit more interesting. We are on our sides for quite a while. So what we're doing here is my hip bones stay pointing forward. I'm not rotating. We're not opening our knees out. That's coming in a minute. We're just lifting and lowering, keeping the knees and the ankles aligned. Try not to open your knee. Five more of these. Then it starts to get a bit funky. So the next movement we're going to do does involve a little bit of rotation through the hip, but you need to draw your core in tight to use the muscles rather than the hip joint. So after your fifth one, we hold the leg up, we turn the knee down and we drop it and tap it in front of our right thigh. We lift up, we turn the knee up to the sky and tap the foot behind the lower leg. Lift, drop the knee down, tap the floor, up, open the knee out, tap the foot. Got it? So lift, rotate, and down. So obviously we've got movement through the hip now, but the more I engage my core, it's kind of stopping that, it's resisting the hip from rolling, and that's where you want to feel it. You want to feel your abs controlling that move.
How do you go with the toes up?
It's called pointing your toes. Try it. There we go.
Yours are literally, they curl in that position.
They don't, because I've got no plantar flexion in my feet like normal women. I have hardly any of that, you know? So pointing my toes doesn't really work. But 4 more. You should be starting to feel something going on, yes?
Yeah.
Rotate, tap, rotate up. Last 2. Last one. Bring the leg back to the middle and tuck the knee close in towards the top shoulder. Flex the foot and kick the leg all the way down in line with your body. Bend the knee back in, kick it away. So now we're mobilizing hip flexion to hip extension and knee flexion as well. So there's lots of joint movement here. Put it in. Now listen, make sure your shoulders are lined up. That top hand needs to be in front of you. That's it. Make sure that you're keeping your hips level and the knee pulls in high, not low. When you get tired, the knee will just drop here. Okay, we want to make sure it's opened up. 4 more. Push away, squeeze the butt, push away. Last one. Hold it there. Turn the toes down. Lift the heel up. Tap the toe towards the floor, lift it straight back up for 1, 2, 3. 13?
Yeah.
Marvelous. 5, 6, 7, 8. Last 2. 9. Last one stays up high in the air. Make sure you've got your toe pointing down, heel to the sky. Pulse, squeeze, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend it in. grab it and just roll very slightly over into that right buttock. So you're kind of slightly facing towards the sky. Tuck it in as close as you can towards your armpit. Oh, that feels nice. Actually, guys, I'm probably going to get you a strap, okay? So just stay where you are. If you know you're quite flexible in your hamstrings, you can grab the outside edge of your foot and extend your leg to the sky. Oh, hello. Something just clicked in my body there. So straighten our leg up towards the ceiling. Catch. Not even a band. Not even a band. Come on, open it up. You grab your foot.
Probably not now.
Come on.
Thank you.
So we're here for quite a while stretching this hamstring because it's a really nice way to stretch. Why are these all tied? Leg up.
No.
Grab. What we're aiming to do here is stretch the inner thigh and the hamstrings together. So what you're trying to do is once you've got your hamstring stretched, take your leg, drive it a little bit further behind you, but draw the hip a little bit further forward. Then bend the arm and drive the toes towards you. There you go, there's your full extension. Fabulous stretch. Everyone should be enjoying this.
No.
Tom's having a fun day. Straighten the knees. Go a little bit deeper. Couple more breaths. Always have a soft knee on your bandy
Yeah,
legs.
that's what I'm trying to do.
And then gently just begin to ease the knee. Release the band. Bring the knees together. And extend your legs down straight. We haven't finished on this side yet. Toes slightly pointed. Top leg lifts. Bottom leg lifts to squeeze. And you lower the both down together. Top, lower, release. So your focus here is your right inner thigh, holding the weight of your top leg and take it down. So you want your inner thigh to be doing the work. Almost relax the top leg down into it. If you feel into your lower back, slide your legs a few inches forward and then work slightly angled. It actually takes quite a lot of pressure off the thigh bone and works your tummy muscles a little bit more. So lift, lift, and down. Lovely. Two more. Second one stays up, so your legs are now hovered in the sky. Then again, lift that top leg up, flex the foot, turn your big toe down. Tap the big toe on that right leg, lift straight back up for one. Tap, lift up for two. So you can get a little bit more movement with your bottom leg lifted off the ground. It just frees the hip a little bit more. Maximum squeeze, 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Keep those legs hovered. Squeeze and lift a little bit more. Drop the bottom leg down to tap the floor. Squeeze it back up for 1. Drop it, squeeze it back up for 2. Now your obliques, I can feel all the muscles inside of my waistline working here. Stabilizing. Yeah, there's lots going on. 6, 7, and 8. Come on, squeeze that inner thigh. Feel that lifting the weight of your lower leg. Hold those two together. Hand in front. Let's pose, pose, pose. Inner thigh, inner thigh, inner thigh. Lift, 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 lift. We're doubling up these pulses. 10, 9, 8. Higher. 6, 5, 4, 3. Last 2, 1. And take the top arm over the head, catch the wrist, extend the top leg and just take a little stretch, just a little stretch all the way down the side of the body there. So my top leg has got a little bit longer than my bottom leg and I'm just releasing through the breath. And all you're going to do from there is roll onto your tummies. So when you're ready, roll over. Just make sure you can see me. You'll be fine there. Mark, you can see in the mirror, should be like, yeah, that's fine. Right. Arms extended, legs extended, body in a straight line. Abs on, take a breath in, lift the left leg, right arm up. Superman, straight back down and to the other side. Lifting and lowering. So remember, this exercise isn't about how much height you can get. This is about the reach, the length. So we're reaching through the toes, reaching through the fingers, dropping down and swapping to the other side. Pull the belly away from the floor. Support your lower back. Slowly. 4 more of these. Hold your last one up. So my right leg and left arm is lifted. I'm reaching and pulsing. Little squeezes, little movements. Just waking everything up, really in preparation for the next exercise, which is quite strong. 4, 3, 2, 1, drop it down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, lift the other side, press away. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Make a pillow with your hands. Take your legs a little bit wider. Take a little wriggle through the hips side to side. Loosen up the lower back. Now, knees are as wide as your mat, and then pull the heels together, bending your knees, so your toes are pushed out to the side. Now, this is quite strong on your lower back, yeah? Your arms come into cactus position, so the 90-degree angle from the shoulders. We inhale, lift up through the upper body, and we're going to pull the elbows back and squeeze the heels and lift the thighs, yeah. And then release. Inhale, exhale, lift, pull the elbows in, squeeze together and release it down. Lift, thighs off the ground, pull the heels together and release. Keep going. Lovely. Good work. Come on, let's get those heels pushed in. Lift the thighs, squeeze your elbows. Get that chest as high as you can. 4 more. 3 more. Lift, pull back, pull back, pull back. Last 2. Squeeze the heels more, squeeze the heels more, squeeze the heels more. We've got 1 more left. This one we stay up twice the amount of time. So lift, pull the elbows in, knees open, squeeze, lift. 4, 3, 2, and release. Make a pillow, wriggle the hips, loosen everything around. Let all the lower back muscles relax. Legs a tiny bit closer together. Bend your left heel to your bottom. Left hand comes around, catches hold of the foot. Once it's got hold of the foot, pull the knees together. Push your thigh bones and hip bones firmly into the floor and pull your knee away from the ground, but keep the knees squeezed together. Lovely little thigh stretch. If you want to take this further, wriggle your fingers to your ankles. Flex the foot, extend your right arm. Lift the thigh, lift the head, chest and arm, and float the right leg and come up to a beautiful quad stretch, floating quad stretch. Reach, reach, reach. You don't have to, you can stay here, that's enough for you. Hold it, breathe in, breathe out, and bring it down. And free the leg, again, a little wriggle shake in those hips. Right heel into bottom, catch around the foot, pull the knees together, push the thigh and the hips into the floor. Squeeze the knees together, and that might be a strong enough quad stretch. Stay here if it is, otherwise wriggle to the ankle, extend the left arm, lift the thigh off the ground, lift your head, chest and arm, and if you wish, hover the left leg and pause here. Breathe. Come on, chest up, knees together. 4, 3, 2, breathe in and exhale, release. Last little wriggle in those hips. side to side, loosely in the lower back. Before we turn over onto the other side, just very carefully transition yourself up onto your hands and knees. Bring your hands in a little bit and curve the spine. So because you've done such a strong extension of the back, it's really important you come into flexion, but a slow transition. So carefully begin to bring your bottom back into your heels. Carefully lower your head and chest down. And just relax in spine flexion. Try and get your bottom pressed into your heels. Pause there, enjoy a few breaths, just holding this position. You've missed me, Amy. So when you've had your little stretch, you're going to roll over onto your left side. So position yourself so you can see me, whether you're staying on that side of the mat, just roll over.
Yes.
Rest yourself down, bend your knees slightly in front of you, pull your heels back, lines up your hips and shoulders, hands in front, and we begin by lifting the leg up and down. So just an abduction of the hip. So
It's worse when you know what's coming.
Have you forgotten though?
I am. Normally you're quite good at making me forget that that's what I decide to do. But this time it's stuck in my mind.
Oh no, it's because we're here for ages. But not that long. Okay, we're going to do 5 more abductions on this leg. Just be careful you haven't rotated your knee up. Stay with your knee pointing forward, your hips, so it's not a huge move. And when you've done your last one, we've got 2 more left. The leg stays up. We tilt the knee down, we come forward and tap the knee in front of that thigh, lift it, open it up, tap the foot down behind the left leg, and so on. So engage that core. Yes, you'll rotate, but just try and control that movement purely through the abs.
What to do for you?
I've been doing this all week. No, I haven't really. Tap up and down. I absolutely despise side exercises. They're my worst. And that's why we don't do them very often. When we do them, we stay and do them properly. Tap, open, tap, close. Knee drops, big lift, big opening. 3 more. Some people love side leg exercises. It's one of my weak spots. That's probably why. Okay, we'll do 1 more. We then come back to the middle. We hold the leg in place. We pull the knee up towards our left shoulder, flex the foot and kick the leg all the way down the body. Pull it in, kick it away. So more hip mobilization, hip extension, hip flexion, knee flexion. Lots of movements. The joints are working. Pull in, kick away. Right, don't let that knee creep down towards the floor. As you pull the knee in, pull it up towards your right shoulder. Kick it away. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Hold it at full extension. Heel up, big toe down. Tap the toe to the floor. Exhale, lift back up. Hurting?
Yeah.
Good, good. 5. Lots of glute activation on this session today. 7. We've got 3 more left. 8. 9. Stays up. And pulses. 10. 9. 8. 7. Come on, squeeze it. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And bend it and drive it in towards your shoulder. So roll slightly over into the left buttock. Squeeze, use a lot of arm force to squeeze the thigh towards the armpit, stretching the hip flexor. If you use a band on the other side, get to grab your band now, loop it around the foot, otherwise catch the outside of the foot and take that leg straight up to the side. Find your stretch to begin with. Bend through the elbow and drive the leg towards you. Keep pushing your hips towards me, so towards the front of the room, opening the leg out behind you. Straighten that knee and driving it down. Go on, use some arm force. Pull the toes down, feel that thigh going closer in. Try and get your band around the ball of your foot a little bit more so you can dorsiflex. Also double up the band, that's it. 10 more seconds here, good opportunity. Straighten a little bit more through the knee, drive the thigh a little bit more. Hips towards me. Hips, 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 there we go. And then when you get, can't speak, when you're ready, bend the knees slightly, release the band, drop the knees down. And extend your legs. Slightly point through the toes, line your body up beautifully straight. Remember, if this gets your back at any point or your trachea at the top of the thigh bone, then you just take the legs forward a little bit, which is what I have to do because it digs in. We lift the top leg, we lift the bottom leg, squeeze and lower together. Right, left, hold the weight of that top leg and drop it down. And again, obliques are going to be working here. Right, bring your legs a little bit further forward, 5 inches or 2 or 6. 4 more. Lift, squeeze. So we hold that last one up. So keep that hover of the legs and top leg lifts up, it drops down. Now remember, don't let the hip rotate. So let's turn the toes down again, slightly pull them in and lift and lower. 4, I've done more than that, 5. Lift the top leg, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now squeeze those legs together, lift them up a little bit more. Lower leg drops to tap the floor, lifts back up to touch the top leg. 1, 2, 3. Now feel your lower leg almost lifting that upper leg as a weight. So the top leg's almost relaxed. 7, 8, 9, woohoo, and hold. Now press the legs up and down, squeeze it. Inner thigh is doing the work. Come on, lift. 5, 4, use your tummy. 2, and 1, release it down. Take your arm over, grab the wrist, lengthen that top leg, lift your waistline off the floor and take a stretch. So create an air pocket underneath your waist with that underneath part of your body. Lift the hips, stretch the body. So pleasant. And from there, you roll onto your back. Grunting. Take a breath in here, let your spine settle as you exhale, leg arms relax down by your side, palms down, lift the legs back up to tabletop, and straighten your legs to the sky when you're ready. Now turn your toes out. I think I'm just slightly off the camera, so I'm doing like a Charlie Chaplin foot position. Maintain that lateral rotation from the hips. Drop your left foot down to the corner of your mat, lift it all the way back up, and then to the right side. Exhale, drop down, inhale up. So we're working. So as you drop your leg, it slightly pulls you off center. So your core on the opposite side has to grip in a little bit more to maintain that central position. So lots of abdominal work here. At the same time, activating deep into your lower belly. Breathe. If you take your legs too far out to the side, you're going to roll. So be mindful. You might want to take your arms a little bit wider, that's fine as well. 8 more. Down to 7. Down to 6. 4, 5.
And when the back starts to hurt, is that because you're not raising the
4. If
elbow?
your back's hurting, bend your knees and tap a little bit more there. Reduce your range. 2.
That's just a stomach weakness.
And 1. Hold, straighten the legs to the sky, parallel the feet. Arms now come forward to a hover. Lift your head and shoulders and tap your fingers. Tap your fingers. Reach and then tap. Reach. Come on. Reach, reach, reach. These are my clothes again. 9. We've got 10 more to do. Let's go. 10. If you need to bend your knees, knees drop your feet, drop your feet. Let's see if you can keep those legs straight up. You might want to jump to 45 degrees. 5. Reach. 4. Tap further. 3. 2. Give me 1 more. And hug your knees in. Grab your right hand to your right shin, left hand to your shin. Open the knees wide and just roll side to side. Enjoy that release. Come into the center, take both hands across the left knee or shin and extend your right leg down onto the floor and drive that thigh closer towards you. Drive it slightly more into the armpit. Keep hold of that leg, slide your right leg, drop the sole of the foot to the floor, and pop your left ankle over your right knee. Engage your lower abs and lift your right leg up, catch it, stretch the glutes on that left side. Head down, shoulders down. Tiny bit more weight into your right buttock, open the left knee, use your arms to force that thigh in as you open up through the left leg a little bit more. Go a little bit deeper. Now we're going to keep our legs in this position. So when we drop our right foot to the floor, drop that right leg over to the right, let your hips roll until your left foot touches the floor. Take your right hand and open that left knee out. Release the hand, lift up, and then simply drop to the other side. So the knee drops over to the left, and now that left foot pushes down to the right thigh to open through the hip and the abs and the rib cage, or wherever you feel that stretch. Rock back into the middle, pause in the middle, pop the left foot up onto the floor, pull your right knee in towards your chest, holding onto the shin, extend your left leg down, stretch into the hip flexor on the side. Go a little bit deeper. Keep hold of that right leg, slide the left leg in, foot to the floor, and cross the right knee. Sorry, the right ankle over the left knee. Lift the left thigh, catch, head down, shoulders down. Bit more weight over into that left buttock, open that right knee. And finding that wonderful stretch in the abs. Can't speak, can I? In the bottom. Breathe into it. Push your sitting bones down to the ground. Take another breath in. And then when you begin to release the leg, pop the left knee to the floor, left side. Sole of the foot on that right foot lands on the ground, and you open the knee using your left hand. And then let's just roll it all the way across the other side. Knee drops to the right. So my right foot pushes down on the left leg. Open out through the front of that left side. And then as you ease yourself out a bit, put your hands around the right leg and then use that to move yourself up. Come and sit yourself comfortably. So legs out in front of you. Lift up. Take a little forward stretch into the hamstrings. Grab the feet, lift your spine, lower your head and chest down to the floor. Just enjoy that little forward stretch, that forward fold. Oh, it's gone cold in here again. Come on, toes in. Grab those feet, guys. Grab those feet. Lengthen, lengthen. When you're ready, carefully roll up. And always just reach back. Give yourself a chest lift, shoulders back. Pull out from that flexion to extension. Or counter stretch for the body. Bring yourself into a comfortable cross-legged position if that is comfortable for you. Grab your knees, lift up tall, open your arms, take a deep breath in, raise your arms up, hands together, bow down, give yourself a clap as always. Thank you, everybody.